Hello and welcome to the sewing studio. Today I'm going to show you how to make the quilt behind me, which is made using a layer cake to make the Battenberg block. Now you may have seen this block made using a jelly roll, but today I'm going to show you how to make it using a layer cake. And I'm going to demonstrate today with this layer cake, which is called Renew by Sweetwater. And the good thing about this quilt is because it only uses 36 of the 42 squares, you can take out the ones that are your least favourite and you can use the ones that you really like. Now, the quilt behind me measures approximately 60 inches square, and that's made with 36 blocks. The borders measure 3.5 inches, and I've got a little bit of fillet there which I cut at 1 inch. So you're going to need approximately a metre of fabric for your border, and I've used the same fabric to bind mine, and then you're going to need either a long quarter, depending how big you're going to do your fillet and how good you are at cutting, or a 1/2 metre for your contrast fillet. So let's get started. So I'm going to open this layer cake pack. And we need to start with 3 of these squares. So I'm going to pick 3 that I think contrast quite well. And we're going to cut through 3 layers at a time. So let me just take this whole thing off, it'll be easier, and then I can have a sift through and see what we've got. So I'm going to go with that lovely yellow one. I think we've got we've got some nice pink ones. So I'm going to take that pink one, and then I'm going to go with this green as well. So I'm going to use those to demonstrate today to make one of the blocks. And I'm actually going to make 3 of the blocks using these. So they'll all be just ever so slightly different. So you'd go through your pack and then you'd sort them into piles of 3 that you're going to use. So that's the first thing to do. Let's just choose another yellow and choose that one. So I'll just pop them aside for the moment. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to stack our 3 squares together. And what I usually do is I just give these a little press, and what that does is that holds all 3 squares nicely together. So I've pressed the 3 together, and that just helps hold them together because you're going to cut through all 3 at once. Now, if you're not a confident cutter, you don't have to do this. You can do it one at a time, but I find it quicker and easier if I do a few. And sometimes I get really daring and I cut through 6 all at once. But you will need a nice new blade in your rotary cutter if you're going to do that. So the only measurement you're going to need to remember for this is 2.5 inches. So I'm using this Creative Grids ruler, which is a 10.5 inch square. So it's perfect for this project. So I'm just going to line it up so that I know that I've got 2.5 inches, and I'm going to cut that off that side. And then I'm going to set those, whoops, we haven't gone all the way through. So there's a tip there, make sure you've got a nice sharp blade. So I'm going to set those to one side. And now I'm just going to line them up again. I'm going to turn my mat, and that's why these mats are really, really good, because I haven't got to keep moving my fabric. So I'm turning the mat. I will just move my fabric for the benefit of the camera so you can see what I'm doing. But ordinarily, if I was doing this at home, I wouldn't keep moving the fabric. I'd just move my mat. So again, line it up. A 2.5 inch cut. Set that to one side. Turn your mat. 2.5. Again, I'm moving it for the camera, but you wouldn't do this. 2.5. Turn your mat. And then finally, I'm going to do another 2.5. Turn the mat. And 2.5 again. And then what we're going to do is we are going to shuffle this. So we're going to take a pink and a green, a pink and a green. And that's going to be our centre for this block. And then our short sides are going to be with the yellow. And that is going to be our block. Now what you could do if you wanted to is you could sort them all now ready for your next block. So you're going to have a block that's got green sides. So let's take those. And so our centre on this one is going to be a yellow and a pink. So that's going to be the centre for that. So what you could do is you could sort it all, and then you could just take your clips. I've done this before. You could just take your clips and attach all that together so that when you're sitting at your sewing machine, you know that you've got your colours right, and that's going to be one of your blocks, and so on. So your next one, your centre's going to be green and yellow, and your sides are going to be pink. So you've cut out one set, but it's made 3 blocks. So you do that. So that's why this one's really quick to do. So I'm just going over to the sewing machine and I'm going to put this block together. Before I go over to the machine, if you like what we do, don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, where we'll show you lots of best practices, hints and tips. You can meet the team, you can see behind the scenes, and we'll answer all of your questions in the comments below. So we're going to use a 1/4 inch seam. So ordinarily I would press these, but for today I'm just going to finger press them. So I've joined a green to a pink. I've done that twice, so that's our centre. And then I'm going to turn it round the opposite way so you can see I'm going to join those together to make a 4 patch. So I've pressed the seam towards the dark side, and by doing so that means that my seams here will butt together. So I'm going to do that, and that's our centre block. Again, I would normally go over to the iron and press this, but I'm just going to show you now. I'm going to join the short sides, and you'll see here that the shorter sides that I cut are now fractionally longer than this block, and the reason for that is that we've lost a 1/4 inch in our seam on each side. So I'm just going to join this on opposite sides. And I will go and press this and trim it back, but I'm just going to put the other side on as well. So I'm now going to go to the iron, give it a good press and trim off those sides before I put the next two on. So I'm now just going to trim these up. And then I'm going to join the two long yellow sides. I'm going back to the iron to give that a press and to trim it up. So there's our block made, and you would continue to do that using 36 blocks. If you wanted to do it smaller, you would just use less. If you wanted to do it bigger, you would use more. So you can make it whatever size you want. But I've done 36 blocks. So I'm just going over to the quilt behind me now to talk about how it was finished off. So when all your blocks are complete, you lay them out in whatever way you want. So you've got a mixture of lights and darks. So as I said, this used 36, so it's 6 by 6. When I'd done that, I decided that I wanted to put a little fillet on, and I was going to go with navy, and then I thought, no, actually I want to pick out this pinky red. So I've used fabric from another range. This was from a Holly Taylor Christmas range. It's one of her marbles, which I think goes really well with this pinky red, and I think it just gives it a different dimension than if I was to have put navy. And then for my border, I've used a blue, which was from the Macawa linen range of fabric. And I've also done the binding in the same. Again, I thought about whether I wanted to put red or whether I wanted to put navy, but I decided that I was just going to do binding in the same colour as my border. So my fillet was cut at 1 inch, my border was cut at 3.5 inches, and my binding was cut at 2.5 inches. And then for the back, I just used one of the Moda solids, which was in the 60 width range of fabric. And I have quilted it using a variegated thread, which is pale blue, white and grey. So I've just used a really pale stitch because I think there's a lot going on in the quilt and I didn't want to detract from the pattern of the quilt. So I've used a pale variegated, and I've done my favourite wavy line quilting just very easily around each of the blocks like this. I haven't done any quilting in the border. Again, I wanted minimal quilting because there's a lot going on and I wanted to show off the colours and the blocks. So I hope I've inspired you to have a go. As always, make it your own, have fun, and I look forward to seeing you next time here in the sewing studio.